We're going to talk about how artists can change a place and using their own artwork. So I figured it'd be really fun to change my location of teaching to my own studio space. Yay! This is where I make my own artwork for myself when I need to make artwork. Yeah, cool. Welcome to my studio space. This is some of the work I've been dabbling in and just playing around with. But today we're going to talk about artists and a lot of different archetypes of how artists will change places using art. Boom. So there are going to be a lot of different styles we'll be looking at. There are a lot of different voices we'll be hearing because artists all have a different voice in what they're trying to say with their artwork, or what they're trying, or the ideas they're trying to show with their artwork. And they'll also be very different in how they're completed. So there'll be different methods, different materials used to make these things. And even though they're different, they all can be linked together in some way. So when we start to, after watching these videos, turn to talk to the entire class, to teach, you'll see that they're kind of interwoven in their own way. So even though artists have so many materials to choose from, they're limited in how they can really change a physical place. They always emotionally, mentally change a lot of places with the art they're making, but like physically changing a place, they're kind of limited. When I was looking through things and I was really kind of coming down to how do people change a place, there's really only two options. One, which would be cool, is destruction, destroying the walls, taking them down, knocking them down, completely like just crumbling everything down to the ground and restarting over and just constructing a brand new thing from nothing. Or they take what they already have and they make it their own by adding splashes of color, adding artwork, creating artwork to go into a space. So we sadly only have that option. I don't think we'd be allowed to kind of knock down walls and build a new school where the school is now. I don't think we're allowed to do that. We're not certified, we're not construction workers, we're not architects, at least not yet anyways. I'm just an art teacher. Maybe down the road I'll become one, but today, not so much. So we'll be doing the other option, which is creating something to go into a space. And so we're going to have to look at a couple examples of how artists change that, or change a place using their artwork. So again, even though they're all going to be different types of art and be slightly different styles and different materials, in the end, all of the things we're looking at tie back to this idea of changing a place with art. In this video, I need you to do one super big important thing. I need you to take notes. It can be in your sketchbook or on the paper I will provide you with, like, it's a kind of like a guideline for note taking, to answer or to technically write down 5 things. A definition for the art type you are looking at, the artist names you are looking at, because there'll be beautiful images coming across the screen and you'll hear a beautiful voiceover done by me, and names will pop up somewhere on the screen. Write it down. The artist name. What material do they use? Like, how do they make their artwork? Or how do you think they make their artwork? Write down the artist, or make a mark next to the artist you do like. I might do, like, you could do a circle, stars, a little checkpoint, whatever it is. Just make a mark of the artists you do like and explain why you like them. Is it the color they used? Is it the topic they chose? Is it the material? I think I already said, did I already say that? I don't remember. Can't remember. And then last is, how would you use the material the artist used for your project? Because after we've all learned about all the awesome different ways artists can change a place, you will be creating a project that changes a place. Surprise! And you'll be using one of the methods that we talked about. It'll be your choice, and we'll go even into more in depth about it later on. Just keep an open mind. Learn about the art that you need to learn about right now, and then we'll turn around to the class time and we'll learn even more from your classmates. So in this video, we'll be looking at posters and murals, 2 ways that artists change and add imagery to the walls they're working on. So I clumped these together because they make sense. And the first one we'll take a dive into is posters. Looking up a technical definition of a poster, it states that it is a large printed image used for decorative or advertisement purposes. You have grown up seeing posters everywhere, plastered all around you. It's an art form you already know without even having to really know about them. You'll see them in school, at your home, outside the movie theaters, anywhere you go. So we're going to look at a couple examples, and the first example we're going to look at are some movie posters. So I'll be showing you the original poster that is officially for the movie, and then an unofficial movie poster that a professional artist or artists have made on their own time for themselves or for a customer. So when we are looking at these, all artists who ever make a poster have to understand composition, how things lay out in the image, how things interact with one another. They have to understand spacing. So how big does something need to be? How small does something have to be? And then they need to know color, because color plays a big important part of catching your attention, making you look to certain places, make you feel certain ways, and kind of helps make you understand a little bit more about what maybe the movie would be about. And then typography, the art of using font and words to tell something. And so these are just really cool to see is how different artists have looked at the movie and wanted to represent it in a different way. So think of one of your favorite movies. What kind of poster would you make for your favorite movie? I'd love to hear it. So the next artist we're going to actually look at is Shepard Fairey. He is a graffiti artist who's well known for the Hope Obama poster, which you'll probably see all over line looking a little different from what he has made. But his poster is the one that's originally with Obama. When Shepard was making this poster, he was making it because he believed in what Obama had to say when he was running for his campaign. And so Shepard actually had to go to the campaign and ask for permission if it was okay that he got to make this piece of artwork. Because he wasn't getting paid by the campaign. He wanted to just make artwork to plaster around the city he lives in, around the world, so that people could see to him what Obama meant. Now, do you have anything that you are so into and want to support and put out in a poster? Just keep that in mind. So let's talk about murals. A mural is when an art is made directly on the wall. Most people think of murals and they see paint, but there are other really cool materials like moss or tape. Like this high school in Georgia created all these really awesome tape murals throughout their school, to the point where the school loved them so much they kept them by putting a clear coat over them. It's kind of cool, isn't it? Another form of murals we'll be looking at can actually be considered street art, which is one of the other videos that some of our friends are looking at. So this artist, Kelsey Montague, she makes these giant, awesome murals of wings, of balloons, of all these different things that people are to, when they see them, take a picture of it and actually post it online using her hashtag. And her whole movement is called What Lifts You, asking people to record what makes them happy and feel great inside. Another mural artist is Davia King, and she is an excellent example of showing different things you can paint on for mural arts. Walls, she does, I think they're like storage units.
She's done, even the last image is a trash can. So she just shows that you can add color and have fun with things, and they don't have to look perfect just to spread art and change a place.
So there's a couple examples of how artists use what they make to change up a place. And I hope you found one of artist, or at least one work of art that you really liked, and you took really, really, really good notes so that you can be ready to share what you've learned to the rest of the class today, or if we ran out of time, next class. So be ready, take a couple deep breaths. You got this.